Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Jake Jaboreli of Jaboreli.com. Just a bunch of referral links. And today we're talking about an example of exactly what I talked about yesterday about my strategy. So I buy on the December 20th for Bitcoin at, I guess it rounded up to $5.01. The price at the time was $71.72. Now, did I know where the stock market was going to go? No. But the strategy here is to not care about that. The end game is I want the stock market to go up, or the coin market in this case to go up. So I buy with an already put in limit sell. So I market bought at this, and I put in immediately after that a limit sell of basically 5%. I said, when the market goes up 5%, sell everything I have and I'll make 5%. Now, it's not exactly that, but it's pretty close. And so that's exactly what happened. Did I know this was going to happen? No, I did not know this would happen. But this is what happened. Let's expand this out here. So, a couple of days ago, according to this listing, it was 20 hours ago. And I would love to say that I was smart enough to say I knew for certain that the market was going to go up 5%. No, I have no clue. I want it to go up, and if I had $7,170 whatever dollars was when I bought it at, and put in one coin, it would have made me $400, which would have been awesome. But I'm happy with the 5% that went up, that being 25 cents. It's the same percentage amount. It's not the same dollar amount, but if I'd had $5,000 or $50,000, it would have gone up exactly the same percentage amount. So the thing I'm trying to make a point of with that yesterday's idea is that you need to have in my opinion, you need to have a buy-in point and an exit point, or entrance point and an exit point, because you don't know where the market's going to go. Now, I will say that if the price drops too low, if you're trying to make it go up, or it goes too high and you want it to go down, you'll cancel your position. And it's like, oh, sorry, it's way far out of your possible location on the board. So let's say you were hoping it would go up 5% and it went down 10%. They're like, all right, now the price is way too far away. It's 15% away from where you wanted to go. We're just going to cancel your sell because you can't. It's too far away to actually be practical. Or if it goes much, much further than that, yes. If it just goes beyond the scope of what Robinhood will allow, your position will be ended. So you can't do that. So the idea of what I'm trying to get at here is that I was trying to make a specific action, a specific request and a sell. So I know exactly, not when it's going to go out, but what it's going to go out at. I could get greedy, which would never be a good idea, and say, I'll wait till it goes up to 8,000. It could very well go back up to 8,000. Let's see where it was before here. It went to like almost 12,000. Yeah, it could go there, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Now, the one thing you can't do with Robinhood, as far as I know, is make another call, unless you have enough, not call, but position. So you're like, oh, well, if the price goes to this, buy more. If you have more money with which to buy, you can't. You can't use the money you just got out because they won't let you predicate future bids on or future purchases without actually having the money in your account. So if I wanted to do another $5, knowing or expecting that it would go up 5%, I would say at this point, buy this much more. So what I should have done, and I do have enough money in the account to do that. Actually, at the moment, I don't. I got $7 because I just sold out $5 position. But previously I had like $50 spare. I could say buy at 7,100, expecting to sell that buy at 7,500, roughly 5% higher. Then when it reaches 7,500, buy the equivalent of that more. So instead of $5 even, I'd buy $5.25 worth of Bitcoin at 7,500. So, and then of course, the expectation of 5% more, roughly 8,000. So expecting it's going to go up to 8,000, sell again at that point. And then, of course, then I can come back later. Now, the thing of this course is to make sure that you catch the future thing. So if I sold at 7,500 that first position I put in, but I didn't have another buy, I can't even take advantage of when it happens again. So Fortunately, in this case, Bitcoin only went to 7,500, roughly. If I'd had the forethought or the money in my account to do this, I would have said buy an additional $5.25 worth of Bitcoin at 7,500, where my position was, what I think was 7,538 or something. But and then it would have purchased, and then I wouldn't have missed this acceleration going up again. Now it hasn't gone up by much, so I haven't missed much. And honestly, in my past experience, it's probably going to go back down. Do I know that for certain? No. Is it likely? In my opinion, yes. I'm just going to wait on it, but I'm still going to put it in another position. Now I made the 25 cents, so there's a profit there. Now I need to take that 25 cents and put it somewhere else. And maybe it sounds like hardly any money. Like, oh, it's only 25 cents. That hardly buys anything. Yes, that's true. But the only way you're going to get to the next step is by continuing that process. So my ideal was, and I think I have a chart. Let me find it really quick here for you. Okay, so this is very messy. Forgive the immense number of numbers here, but let's go with this chart. So let me make it $5 there, and presuming that let me back out a little bit. This chart shows the assumption of every 5 days out here. You can't really see this, but out here on the very far left edge, I'm assuming that every 5 days is one of these numbers. So this time it was 20 hours. I couldn't have seen that coming, but I was trying to predict an even number that was going to happen. So let's assume, like I said, 1, 2, 3, that's every 5 days. It goes all the way down to a full year's worth of 5 days. If I'm doing 5%, which is what I put it in at, $5, sell at $5.25. If it were to continue, it would be at $5.51, continue, $5.78, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be every 5 days. It wasn't. It was 20 hours. Could it have been every 20 hours? Maybe. I doubt that's going to happen. But could it? Yes, it could have been. So what I'm trying to get at here is this is how it would work if I continued to buy at and wait for 5% to go up and resell and buy at and resell and buy at and resell. So after 12 iterations, like it would have been if it had actually been a year, let's say it was 12 20-hour spaces, that would have been 10 days worth. Instead of every other 5 days, I would have had 12 iterations in 10 days. It's still somewhat unrealistic, but it's still something that can be done, and that's kind of my expectation. I think the contrast I'm trying to make between this and the typical dividends or stock market investing differences, it's not impossible for a stock to go up by 5%. It doesn't happen very often because the market's trying to balance itself out constantly, and that's true of the coin market too. But because the coin market's open all the time, it's entirely possible for it to happen more often. And it tends to happen more often. Now, I was at one point part of a day trading group that did crypto, and I lost my shirt. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. I remember going down something like, I think I lost $6,000 in 3 minutes. And I was like, never doing that again. And that's because I got greedy. And this is the reason I bring this strategy up. It's like, I'm just going up 5% and I'm selling at 5%. Don't get greedy. When you get greedy, yeah, there are chances. I will give those people credit. They got really lucky. They put in, let's say, $5,000 and made $50,000. It is entirely possible. I'm not going to discount it. Is it? You're definitely more likely to get that than winning the lottery in the United States. And that is definitely true. The lottery chances in the United States are 1 in 400 million. I think you could probably get $5,000, $50,000 and more likely, but you really have to study the market and really, really understand it. And I can totally recommend, Discord channels where people actually do this kind of thing. Does it happen a lot? No, it does not happen a lot. Does it happen more often than running the lottery? Yes, it happens more often than that. But the chance difference between one and the other is so grandiose. It's mind-boggling. So I would never say, just do, because you can lose, like I did, $5,000-$6,000 all at once. And there's plenty of YouTubers that will say they did similar things. They're like, oh, I bet on this and lost $60,000 or $100,000 or $500,000. It happens. So I'm going with a strategy that consistently works. And that was the point. I just wanted to demonstrate that with this example. So it can work. It can actually do that thing. Look, it's already going down. 75.50, and now it's back down to 75. Let's look at the live chart real quick here. Yeah, look at that little nice little drop there. Somebody shorted that, I bet you. And I don't know how much they made, but someone figured it out. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys what can happen. I'm grateful it happened. Yes, it's only 22 cents. If I'd had the forethought, I probably could have bet more, but I don't have the forethought. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know anyone who does. If anybody saw this coming, please leave it in the comments. I'd like to know how you knew that at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock this morning, where it was sitting around 7,100, 7,200, that it was going to hit, 7,600. Please tell me how you figured that out, because I would love to know. But this is the end game here, is just showing you how the strategy works. Put it in at one price, put it in immediately at the exit price, and just let it exit. And it might not happen in 20 hours like this example, but it's going to happen eventually. If you're willing to wait and leave that position that you know will go out at that point, you'll make money. It's almost guaranteed. Have a great day, and Merry Christmas to all you if you celebrate.